We are now in the time of year that those of us with hair with a proclivity for frizzing know a little bit better as it does what it wants season. Friends, hello! Welcome back to Amethyst Craftworks. I'm Samantha, and welcome back to a Movie Marquee update. We are on update number 2, chugging along here in June. I cannot believe that it is already time for an update number 2 on the Movie Marquee, but I'm still so excited anyway to go over that with you. But how are you today? I hope you're doing good today. I'm doing fine. I'm doing okay. It is like a switch has changed in the Pennsylvania area, and suddenly it is very much no longer spring. It just went right into summer before summer even officially hit, right? And so I'm hot. Goths in the heat don't really mix. I will tell you that right now. I feel like the second I step outside in my all black attire that I'm just like burning from the inside out, right? More so than I usually feel. But anyway, it's very warm today. I'm feeling the summer heat. My hair is just, the humidity has taken over, and it is now to the point that I'm just like, all right, I guess this is how we're looking today, and that's kind of all that we can do, right? That's not why you're here, though, to listen to me complain about the heat. We are here to discuss the Movie Marquee, so let's actually do that. Now, I will direct your attention up here to the last video that I uploaded, which was my pick for the month of June. That video not only explains what I'm specifically doing here with the Movie Marquee, but it also explains my movie, my choice, my colors, what I'm doing with those colors, so on and so forth. So check it out if you didn't see it. I will leave you to look at that video just so I don't bore you with the specifics here of the Movie Marquee challenge. I kind of am under the impression that if you were here, if you were watching one of these videos, that you are already familiar with the Movie Marquee. And if you're not, check it out, right? So, I've got, hold on. I've also got, this is completely unrelated. I have a different chair here today. It is not a new chair, but it is the chair that I had in my personal computer in my living room. You know, I swapped the chairs, and this one doesn't squeak, and I also don't need to cover the shedding leather with a blanket, which also helps because it is very hot, as I mentioned. But if you notice, I can wiggle all around, and my chair isn't squeaky. My chair is not screaming. This one is much quieter, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, this is what I was actually trying to talk to you about. This is my project bag for the Movie Marquee. I've got yarn in it, but not all of the yarn, because some of the yarn was also in a Ziploc baggie because I picked so many different colors for the month of June. It overflowed my usual project bag. And that's because, let me pull them up here. The squares that I am doing for this month, which again, I'll give you the quickest rundown that I can. I'm making granny squares. Right. I'm making granny squares for a cardigan based on the movie poster for the year. No, for the month. That's it. Which is Spirited Away, is the movie that I picked. And I've got 2 squares done. I technically have 3, and I'll show you the third one here in a sec, but I've got 2 colorful ones done. Now this one is based on Chihiro as she is in the movie poster. So the outfit in the poster is what this is based on. And then I've got Chihiro in a different version, in a different outfit. And so these 2 are the colorful squares that I started with. These look very awesome, in my opinion. It matches the poster as well as I can. That color that she's wearing, I don't own a color like that. So this pinky, kind of pinky red is as close as I can get. It's Watermelon from Big Twist Value. Used it here too because in her other Chihiro outfit, she's also got shorts on that are in this kind of pinky red color. So these 2 I did complete. And I also have, oh my goodness, if I hold it like here, it just disappears. Where did the square go? Well, it also fell, but you know. If I hold it above, over my face, you can see it. It's just a black, solid black granny square, solid square. And that's because I've got my applique. Now, I did leave it a mystery in the last video. I didn't tell you who my applique was going to be based on. I think a few of you picked up on who that might be. If you're familiar with the movie, there is, I would say, a main character. A main character that I didn't mention. Like, for example, Chihiro is getting color-based squares, right? There was one main character that I didn't mention. And the colors that I held up, the gray and the black and the purple, kind of suggested that my I'm like stalling here because I'm a little bit nervous, okay? But those colors suggested that my applique might be no face. And it is no face. I'm nervous because, and it's, I mean, also, we are always our most critical critics, our most harshest critics, there we go. And so not only was I like staring at him for a very long time, let me get him straight there, but I also see all the flaws and all the weirdness and, you know, all that stuff that we always do in our own projects. But I think this gets the idea across of no face. Am I right? Am I wrong? Tell me what you think. So I'll put a picture up over here of no face, of the actual character. I have been referring to all the characters as their Japanese names. Chihiro, Haku, Yubaba, so on and so forth. No Face's actual Japanese name I have a very hard time pronouncing, so I'm just gonna go with No Face. But this is what he looks like, and this is my version. I will also say he also, my applique, he also kind of looks like the marionette from Five Nights at Freddy's, if you're also familiar. It's what it kind of reminds me of. But I think with my skill set as it currently is, with the supplies that I've got handy to me, I think this is about as good as I can make it. So I will say, the face parts, so the purple and the eyes and the mouth, these were a pattern that I found online. I'll link it below. The face itself, the mask itself, the oval, the white oval, this is just freehanded because the face pieces that I made were for a hexagon, like a hexagon pattern made to look like no face, right? So I didn't make the hexagon because the hexagon made it look even more like the marionette from Five Nights at Freddy's. So I did a free-handed oval and then put those pieces on there. So it looked a little more like No Face, at least to me. And you know what? No Face, other than Haku, which is the dragon, other than Haku, No Face is my favorite character. Not only is he ridiculous, he's a monster. Not only does he represent some of the not so great traits that human nature has, but he's also very gentle and very dainty, and he knows how to wind yarn, and he drinks tea, and No Face is absolutely top tier character for me, in my opinion. And so it had to be. It had to be. And I think he is good enough to go with Artax and Binks and my paint splats and pals and One-Eyed Willy. You get it, right? You get it. I think he's pretty cool. And so yeah, not only do I have these done, and but I also have one other thing I want to show you here. Real fast, one sec. Okay, so I don't know how easily you can tell. These colors are not exactly conducive to what I'm trying to show you here. But these squares, they look a bit more square than my squares usually do, right? And that's because I purchased myself a game changer, an absolute game changer. This is, whoops, I have it backwards. There we go. This was an incredible purchase off of Amazon. It is just a bamboo board with metal pegs in it that you can put, you can put them wherever in here. All of these little holes fit these metal pegs, and I got like, a little stack of pegs, but I've only got 4 here. And this is a blocking board, a stretching board for granny squares. And I tell you guys what, the difference it makes with just simple, solid granny squares, even with acrylic, stretching it out on this board and just kind of letting it sit here helps block it without needing to block it so much, right? It's not going to be perfect, and it will not stay this... Gotta be careful I don't poke my eye out here, right? But it's not going to stay perfect because acrylic will, of course, like shrink back on itself. But it kind of helps shape these squares a little bit better than just kind of leaving them as is. And I adore this thing. I will link the one that I bought below. It's like not an affiliate link or anything. I don't make any money or care one way or the other if you buy from my link or not. But if you're curious, if you want to look at it, it's just a bamboo blocking board that came with metal pegs and like a stand for it to stand up like this. Or I've just been laying it flat on my table and letting them sit here in it while I work on them. It's fabulous. I really love it. And so I just wanted to show you that because I was mind blown by it, right? And yeah, that's really my whole Movie Marquee update for week number 2. I've already got half my squares done and my applique. I've still got Haku, Yubaba, and the Soot Sprites to make squares of. I've also got to sew the No Face mask down to just the black solid square. Because, and again, I'm sure you saw in the picture that I put up of No Face, he's essentially like in a big sheet of black with a mouth kind of down here, and then the mask is the face, but it's not a face, right? You get it. You get it. And he's, you know, white mask on a black robe, right? So that's the whole point with the no face mask on the black square. And yeah, what do you think? Have you seen this movie? Have you taken the opportunity between this week or last week and this week to watch it? What'd you think of it? Did you like it? Do you adore it as much as I do? Do you love Haku and No Face as much as I do? Ah, right? It's so good. And I just want to say too, while I fiddle here with this bamboo block that can go right there, I do appreciate all of you guys, even the ones that are not fans of these kinds of movies. I just want to say thank you so much for... Hold on. Try it. There we go. I just wanted to say thank you so much for humoring me here with this movie. If you've never seen it, if you're not a big fan of like Japanese animation or, you know, anything like that, thank you for humoring me. I love this movie so much, and I hope that my love for it kind of rubs off on a few of you that maybe wouldn't have otherwise given it a shot, right? But I appreciate the fact that you were humoring me with this movie anyway. Thank you for letting me pick for June, right? And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to babble at you about, so I will just let you go before I start melting here in front of this hot light. And, you know, my hair frizzes out even more as it's just probably done the whole time I've been sitting here. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing today. I appreciate that so much. And until I've gotten another update on the Movie Marquee or something else, I will just let you go. Take care. Goodbye.